I have arranged a couple of interviews with the people who has organized this whole trip that we've been on for 6 days now, to give you some more information and background about the trip, their highs and lows, and also how you can connect to them if you want to know more, or maybe sign up for a trip yourself, which I definitely highly recommend. So we're going to have first one interview with Mike. He's a Swedish guy. He has been guiding us and driving with us for 6 days for all these amazing tracks. And then we have Sue and Martina from MotoAventures, who are the local representatives. So, but before we dig into the interviews, I want to take a moment to give you some background. I personally, when I wanted to go on this trip, I found it on a Swedish motorcycle club or an association called SMC, Sveriges Motorcyklisters Centralorganisation, or in English, Swedish Motorcyclist Associations. SMC is a non-profit organization that works to promote motorcycling in Sweden, advocating for the rights of motorcyclists and providing a wide range of service to its members, like myself. SMC organizes training courses, tours, social events, all with the focus on making motorcycling safer and more enjoyable. Their tours, like the one I'm on right now, give riders the chance to explore new destinations while enjoying great company and well-planned routes. I think everyone who's been on a trip with SMC has very positive things to say about them. I can definitely recommend them. For their Moroccan tours, SMC partners with MotoAventures, a local company specializing in motorcycle trips across Morocco. This collaboration ensures that riders benefit from the local expertise of MotoAventures, which provide not only skilled guides, but also the logistics support necessary for a safe and seamless travel across Morocco's sometimes challenging and diverse terrains. The trip that I have been now, the specific tour of Morocco, covers a mix of on-road and off-road riding, allowing all the participants to experience everything from mountain passes to vast desert landscapes. Over the course of a week, or actually 6 days, riders explore iconic locations. We have visited some really nice hotels, like the one behind me right now. We have stayed in more local places, and the whole trip that I signed up for is all inclusive. That means that all guides, all backup support, there's a truck with sweepers going behind. They also have coffee and fika for us. They have a separate van with a spare bike and a mechanic if something should happen. Bikes, the rental bikes are included in the price. All meals are included, breakfast, lunch and dinner, and like I said, also fika. I think that's enough background. Let's dig into the interviews. So, hi everybody, it's time for an interview with Mike. He has been our tour guide for this amazing trip through Morocco, and he's done this a couple of times before, and he actually is the one who brought the whole tour to SMC. So let's shoot off a couple of questions to him. Hi Mike, how are you doing today?
Well, Anders, it's a splendid place and the weather is lovely, as always in Northern Africa.
So everything is great. I guess I've known you for a whole week now, but maybe you can tell the viewers a little bit about yourself.
Well, there's not a lot to tell. I'm a semi-retired, partly retired journalist or author, working as an editor for a boating magazine. But instead of sitting in front of the computer all the time, it's nice to get out of the office or getting out and do some real world. So I try to do this, well, 2 or 3 times per year. Not always Morocco. It's been normally it's the Canary Islands.
Mike, what inspired you to become a tour guide?
Well, being a tour guide, I worked in the Alps, being a ski guide for quite a while, and I enjoy finding nice places and sharing them. No, I enjoy motorcycling on my own, but every now and then it's nice to have a group to share things with. It's also, I do a lot of sailing. I've been sailing for the last 9 years now.
So how come you started doing this, guys, in Morocco of all places?
North Africa is a good place to start. It's not too difficult. Morocco is quite close to Europe, so it's exotic but not overly exotic. So it could be handled by like everyone.
Yeah, for sure. I can vouch for that. So, reading from my questions here, you've done this Morocco tour a couple of times. What would you say has been the most unexpected or memorable thing happened during this trip here, this Morocco trip?
Well, it's always things happening. Of course, it's a different country, so the culture is different, the food is different, so you get a lot of new impressions, which is great. But normally, if the group is happy, I am happy. The thing is that with the SMC Travel tours is that I'm not paid. It's a
volunteer work,
so to speak. So I try to say, well, I'm just another guy in the club. I'm your club mate. I know a little bit more, but I'm not a tour leader as such or anything like that. So it's a group of friends really that, well, we don't know each other, but we become friends during the week.
And from the guys in this group, I heard some great comments about you as a fellow rider with a little bit more experience. So I think it's a good approach, actually. So there is really nothing in these tours that stood out that you have as a special memory that you would like to share? Something extraordinary?
No, it's been washed out roads. It's been a bit of water crossings that were a bit more challenging than normally. So I would say that the roads were a bit more challenging than normal. Right. Which is
so a couple of more questions for you, and this is a tough one. If you would describe Morocco in just 3 words, which ones would you use?
Well, it's safe, colorful, and just enough exotic.
Lagom.
Lagom, yeah, the Swedish word is lagom.
Yeah, great. Okay, so if any of our viewers here are interested to join this tour, actually visit Morocco on their own, on the motorbike, is there something they absolutely should consider or before they go?
No, not really. As I said, it's quite close to Europe. It's a very easy country for being Africa to travel in. Of course, there's a lot of traffic jams and crazy people on motorbikes and lorries and everything. Sometimes you don't find what you need. Sometimes your stomach gets upset. It's part of the adventure. Exactly. With a rental bike, you can do it within a week, and you can explore the best parts of the Atlas Mountains. Yeah. As you and I experienced, coming all the way down. Some parts are quite flat. It's just desert. It's just rocks and goats and a few bushes. It's nice, but the nice parts, it's easily done in 1 week.
Yeah, and that's the great thing with a tour like this, because you handpick the best roads, the best hotels, the best lunch stop, and the best guides. So, with that, thank you, Mike.
Thank you. The group was tremendous, and it was a great fun to do this, and it's a great thing to do once a year.
Let's do it again. I'm here with Martina and Sue from MotoAventures, and I'd like them to tell us a little bit more about the trip we've been on and about the company. So thank you for joining me for this interview. Thanks.
My pleasure.
So maybe you can tell us a few words about yourself.
Yeah.
You want to start, Sue?
Fine. I'm based in Andorra. I'm originally from England and branched into this when I met John, who was my business partner when we started this up.
You've been doing this for a long time, haven't you?
Yes, we've been doing it. We started in 1996.
Wow.
So nearly 30 years.
Okay, so you got a lot of experience.
Yeah, there were very, very few people doing it.
Martine, how do you say your name actually? I've been with you for a week now and I still don't know how to pronounce your name.
In Dutch you would say Martina.
Martina?
Yeah.
Okay. So a few words about yourself.
So born in the Netherlands, I grew up on a sailing boat with my parents. We were sailing with groups of tourists.
Great. And you've been with me for this whole tour, and I actually enjoyed it a lot. So I'm very happy with the whole tour.
Thank you.
MotoAventures is the name today.
Yeah. Yes.
Or tomorrow or soon. Can you tell us a little bit about the business then, what you're actually doing for 30 years and today?
Yes, as I said before, we started in 1996 with the idea of off-road, just offering off-road. We did off-road riding out of Andorra. We did into Spain, down to Portugal. We did Greece. And then in 1998 we moved into Morocco, and we were doing the off-road tours from September through to May in Morocco, and then we'd go back to Andorra and Europe for the summer. In 2006 we set up our local Ouazzazate branch of MotoAventures, as it was called then. During that period of time we also started doing South Africa as well, so Southern Africa with the adventure bikes. And we started in 2013 here, offering in the adventure bike,
here,
bigger bike
a bit outside Marrakesh.
Out of Morocco, yes. And it's grown slowly, but it's grown. It's popular, and Morocco now is extremely popular destination.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, how many tours do you do here in Morocco every year?
On the adventure bikes, we do 4 to 6 over there, and we do them in the spring and in the autumn.
Okay, yeah.
So probably we do 2 to 3 each season, if you like. And then in South Africa we do, we're looking to do 2 in September each year.
Yeah. So I have to read in my script here. Was it always motorcycle tours?
We actually now, since the beginning of this year, 2024, we also offer buggy tours.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they can join with the so they're off-road tours that they go on, and they can join with the enduro bikes, KTM 450s. They're actually faster than the KTM 450s, so they follow in the same track. But the audience is bigger to come on these buggy tours, because you only need a normal driver's license and not a motorcycle license, and so you can bring your friends that don't have a motorcycle license, and you can be on the bike, or you can bring your wife or kids, or.
But you go on the same track?
Same track,
So some people are driving 2 wheels and some people are driving 4 wheels.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, that would be fun.
It is fun.
What's the special part about organizing motorcycle tours here in Morocco?
Well, for me, it's making the logistics work, and for people to have a good time, for it to be smooth as possible for them, and I think that's also for you, isn't it, as well? Really is, and the variety that you can offer of trails. And how would you answer that one?
So you mean what I do in the company, or why?
No, why Morocco?
Why
what's
Morocco?
so special about Morocco?
Well, basically what Sue said in the beginning, it's not too far away from Europe.
From Europe, right?
But you feel like you're on the other side of the world, because it's so different. The culture is so different. The landscape is very different. And for me, it's the freedom. There's still so many things is allowed here. Riding wise, especially for the off-road tours. There are, in Europe, it's getting more and more difficult to do off-road riding.
For sure.
Or impossible. And here in Morocco, it's still freedom.
And I can tell there's a lot of amazing roads actually to go on.
Definitely. Yeah.
Well, the environment in Morocco is beautiful.
Yeah, and
the setting, the food.
Yeah, and if you look at the whole Morocco, you have the coast, you have the mountains, you have the desert. There's everything here. You have nice little towns. Yeah.
Before I left Sweden, I told people I was going here, and a lot of people objected. Isn't that dangerous? Can you really go to Morocco? I want to steal everything. What would you say about that?
A lot of people
think that way, actually, but
not at all.
We've never had ourselves. We've never experienced problems with the locals. On the contrary, they're very, very friendly, very helpful. But on the whole, generally, there is absolutely no problem with the locals. There's safety-wise, for a woman, it's perfectly safe.
Yeah, I have a full day, about 6 days experience now, and I actually also feel very safe all the time, and they're very friendly. And I expected more, that they would be more approaching you and trying to sell things. Special price for you, my friend. But really, no, I haven't seen anything of that either. So
No, you have that in the bigger cities, in the Medinas, and of course. But when people ask me, is it safe, or if women ask me, is it safe to travel alone? It is. The only advice I say, just don't be naive. Don't.
As in other
Use
countries.
your common sense.
Yeah, I wouldn't go to all neighborhoods in Stockholm either.
No, exactly.
At late at night.
No, exactly.
Okay, so for these adventure travels, is there a typical individual that likes to go on these adventure travels?
I would say it's usually a little bit older men.
Like myself then.
A little bit older men.
We do get occasions when we get asked if partners can come who aren't necessarily bikers. That's organisable as well, so that's not a problem. So,
what kind of experience level on motorcycling would you say you recommend for a trip like the one we just had, for example?
Well, we use GSs on our adventure tours as such predominantly. They're quite reasonably large bikes, so therefore it's got to be somebody who possibly is. It's preferable that they have experience on those bikes, or they get experience on those bikes before they come over. They have a bit of off-road. We go on lighter gravel pistes and that sort of thing, so it would be good for them to have done something like that. But there are alternative routes if necessary. We can adapt. So
I think that has been a very good thing here, that we could actually adjust the groups, and sometimes we spontaneously split them, because some people might want to go a little bit faster, some want to go a little bit slower, or you feel a little bit out of breath today and you want to take the detour and take maybe the tarmac and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's been very easy and flexible, and since you've also been following all the time with what do you call a backup track or sweeper basically.
Assistant sweeper.
Yeah, where you had your coffee and
your
Swedish fika. And also the support if we ever needed anything help. That's been very, very nice.
I think the other aspect that we one of the first companies to do it was the GPS system that we apply. We offer GPSs to people, which is a simple system on these particular bikes. We offer a system through Wikiloc. Which is works extremely well, because it means that you don't have to travel in a group.
Exactly.
You can spread out. You follow the same route on the map, but you can stop. Yes, you can stop to make photos.
Yeah.
The sweeper, as it comes along, is not going to stay. Will wait. It basically gives that freedom. It means that people who want to go a bit faster can go faster and know where they're going, and the ones who want to go a bit of a slower pace can also do that.
Yeah, it's been very nice. Okay, I have a question. I guess it's more aimed for Sue, since you've been in this business for a longer time. So, do you have any unexpected thing that happened that's really out of the ordinary over all these years that you would like to share?
Well, there have been several, but I think one of the ones that stands out most is when we were doing an enduro bike tour, and we were stuck on an island for 30 hours in the middle of the desert.
Wow!
It was due to flash flooding up in the high Atlas, and it came down to the desert, and we were in a lake area which hadn't seen water for 25 years, and there were 5 rivers. With 5 big rivers that emptied into this lake, and of course they all emptied their water into this lake, and we had to find the one and only sort of little lump of rock in the middle, and there we installed ourselves. There were 5 clients, and we were there for 30 hours, and apparently there was no rain where we were in a sort of valley. You could see all the flashing thunder and hear the thunder and the lightning going and everything all around, but we just had this water that came up and up and up.
It must have been a bit scary as well.
Yes, well, I had one client who was particularly scared actually, but we were fine in that respect. Luckily, we carried food in those days. We did a lot of picnics, and so we had food and water. So there's no thing. We also had a sat phone.
You said you stayed for 5 hours.
30 hours.
30 hours.
30.
I can understand. It's a memorable.
It was very. It was memorable. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so if someone here is interested in your tours and would like to know more, and how would they reach out, or can they get in contact with you?
Well, the best way is go online to www.motoraventures.com, and there you can either email us or send us a WhatsApp message or call us.
Okay.
And you'll find all the tours, the off-road tours, the adventure tours, the buggy tours. We also have tours that have KTM 450 enduro bikes, the buggies, and 4x4s.
So there's a whole range.
Yeah.
And basically fit most people's requirements as they ask for, whatever they ask for. Yeah, we try
And you have
supply them everything.
members, or what do you say, guests from most part of the world, right? If I understand it right.
Definitely.
Yeah, and we have a lot of clients who come back. I think we have actually one Swede came back. How many times?
25
times.
so far.
Whoa, yeah. And
Still
last
there is
week I met an American and a Vietnamese lady, right?
Yeah.
That was joining
Vietnamese,
you.
Australian, a lot of English, Americans. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, from all over, basically from everywhere.
So the final question. I see we got someone else in the sofa. Who is this little friend then?
This is Benny.
Benny. And he likes to go on the trips as well.
Yes, he does. He likes being with people, and he sleeps most of the time. And he's waiting for his supper.
Exactly. I'm not going to keep you here any longer. I just want to tell everyone then thank you for Martine and Sue and Benny, and go to motoadventure.com if you want to have some more information.
Yeah, definitely. Hope to welcome you here.
Yeah.